Hello everyone, my name is Jaybird and welcome back to AIRIS. Without any further ado, let's get right back to where we left off last time, which is... Oh yeah, that was cute. I ship it. I'm dying. Teddy, Evra, and I are among the last to enter the guild hall. As soon as the speaker, standing on a makeshift podium built from piled-up training mats, ensure that everyone expected to be here has arrived, he gestures towards one of the warriors closest to the door, which slams shut behind us. We look around for familiar faces, and seeing Lyle, we quickly approach them. Lyle! They turn around at my greeting and wave. Elia, you made it. The voice comes out lethargic. Seeing their forehead creased in worry, I playfully slap their shoulder. Are you scared this won't work out? Don't worry so much, Lyle. All of us have been experienced warriors of AIRIS for years now. If anyone can figure out a solution to the issue regarding the Earthlings' intent to permanently override Aryans, it'll be us. Yeah, I guess. I don't know. Everyone here seems so rowdy. Come on, I think that's a good thing. It means we're dedicated to the cause. What cause, though? That's what we're here to decide. We'll know what our goals and methods are by the time this discussion ends. Maybe. I feel like the outcome's already been decided, though. We both turn our heads towards the podium in unison, just in time to hear a warrior try to persuade his peers to calm down and remember that we had all given our consent to this sacrifice in the first place. Before he can finish his arguments, he is interrupted by Echidna, oh god, not this lady, who barges onto the podium and bellows about not believing that our consent was obtained properly, as none of us have any memory of it and can only rely on the king's word for it. Good point. When the warrior has no response, Echidna begins passionately giving a speech about not standing for this sort of deception and half-life we're leading. What she lacks in eloquence, she more than makes up for it with the conviction and strength behind her words, and slowly listening warriors and mages begin to nod in agreement. Lyle turns back to me with a bitter smile. See, most of the warriors here obviously want to revolt against the king, and I'm afraid of the potential consequences of that. Maybe you're right. I think no matter what happens, though, we'll make it through, all right. Lyle shakes their head and shivers. I don't know. I'm afraid. No matter which side wins, we're probably going to end up with heavy losses, and given how precarious everything feels, I don't know if we can risk that. Oof. God damn it, not another question. No! Why with the questions? How do I feel about Lyle's declaration? What do I want out of this meeting between vassals? I trust your guildmates to make the right choice. The right piece is key. The king needs to learn a lesson. I'm just gonna say this. I trust our guildmates to make the right choice. I shrug. I think it'll be fine, Lyle. You're worrying too much. Our guildmates may be excitable, but they're still family, and they're not fools. I trust them to make the right decision. As I speak, I smile at Evra. She grins right back. Besides, if you disagree with the trend of the conversation and arguments, you just need to head up to the podium and make a speech to try to convince them otherwise. Lyle snorts at my words, although they do flash me a quick, tense smile at a moment later. If only it were that easy. I'm not that great of a speaker to begin with, and we all know that even the most heartwarming of speeches can usually only sway listeners by a few degrees. I'm not going to be able to convince anyone to respect the king when half of our guildmates want him punished for trying to protect our lands. I huff out an incredulous laugh, unable to form any sort of response to their words. Lyle has always been loyal to AIRIS, and it's crowned to a fault. Probably as a result of their peaceful, law-abiding nature, but I'm shocked that they don't seem to feel more betrayed by or furious about the recent developments. With a sigh, Lyle shakes her head. They've been doing a lot of head shaking, haven't they? You can shake my head if you know what I mean. I don't have a dick. Yet. Just kidding, I'm not trans. This joke has gone too far, and I'm sorry. Well, as long as nobody hurts each other as a result of their goals, and as long as there's no full-scale revolt that ends up in bloodshed, I suppose it doesn't matter too much. Cheers erupt around us, disrupting our conversation. Totally not yawning. Ooh. I'm having a long day today. I glance towards Evra and Teddy, whose eyes have been glued to the podium with excitement all this time. Standing there is Ridri. I don't know how to say that name. Ridri, her speech snappish and to the point as she summarizes the gist of the context behind why we've gathered here today. One by one, warriors volunteered to give their spiel? Is it spiel or spiel? I guess spiel. As the previous speakers finish, after a dozen or so people have shared their opinions and tried to convince the guildmates to share their perspective and goals, a number of people around us nudge Everett in an attempt to get her to join in. Did that in one breath, I think. I don't know. I don't think I have much to contribute. Come on, Everett, you're one of the most loved warriors here. Even if you don't feel like convincing anyone to think a certain way, why don't you help us motivate the crowd? Really, I can't. I reach out to squeeze her hand. Aw. Are you worried because of what I think you're worried about? Ever manages a weak snort at that. Your word choice is very enlightening. I totally understand what you're talking about. Oh, I guess that was just a pause or something. Don't worry, I do know what you're talking about. Yeah, that is my primary worry right now. I don't belong here, not really, and this isn't my place to give some speech about. I shake my head and offer her as reassuring of a smile as I can form. Sorry. It's okay, Evra. I think you'll do great, and regardless of our circumstances, it's undeniable that it's you, not the Evra nobody has met, but you, whom everyone has grown to love and respect. That's because I stole the chance to shine from her. Perhaps merely a couple of weeks ago, I would have agreed, but looking at the dark circles under Evra's eyes and exhaustion written all over her face from her countless efforts to help us despite being an earthling, I find it difficult to muster up anything but gratitude and affection for her. No, don't be so pessimistic. Whatever the circumstances, we love you because you're you, and nothing will ever change that. I love you. It's you we want to hear from.
I mean, I'm sick of this meeting already and don't want to hear from anyone, but I'm probably the exception.
I snort and gives. A lot of people are snorting in this episode. Holy shit. What they snorting, I snort and give Teddy a light shove before smiling in encouragement at Evera. Go on. If you want to give a speech, do it. Just do it! Make your dreams come true. What did that mean happen? When did that meme happen? I feel like it's been years. It must have been years, but at the same time, I feel like That's some recent shit or something. I mean, I know it's not recent shit, but still, holy fuck. I am outdated. I just love those old dank memes. Dank memes. I love them. Love them to death. Ever nods slowly at me before breaking into an easy grin. Yeah? Would I lie to you about this? I guess not. Thanks, Alia, for the reassurances. As soon as Everest agrees to speak, she's practically whisked up to the makeshift podium and she clears her throat before she speaks. Unlike some of the people who came before her, she only spends a brief length of time on the podium, saying ultimately little. We've gone through a lot, all of us. We wouldn't be vassals if we weren't, you know? But even so, regardless of, or precisely because of, everything we've faced, I want us to live. We have to. Today, I am alive, and I love. Love? I love my family, which includes you. I love my friends, which mostly consists of you. And I'm in love too. Oh, hell, I know where this is fucking going. Whoo! 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 We got some lesbian shit going on here. Whew. Oh, is it getting hot in here or is it just me? Probably just me, because I don't know if it's getting hot where you are, but fuck. Whew. Whew. Gotta adjust myself. Holy fuck, I gotta brace myself for this shit. My chest tightens at her words. She is? With whom? Oh, really? Really now? How have I never known this before? Yeah! How have you never known this before? Holy fuck, you're stupid, Alia. God damn. Just kidding. I knew this all along, motherfucker. I burrow through my memories for any hint as to identify of Evra's potential loved one, but come up with nothing. Oh, really now? Really now? Oh, really? Trapped in my thoughts, I end up missing most of Evra's speech. Well, fuck you. God. Oops. Well, I'll still... with one L. Come on, guys. One L for still. Come on, man. I won't say still. I'll still compliment her on how perfect everything she said was, of course. Very dishonest of me, but I can't tell her I got too distracted by a pointless tidbit to keep paying attention after acting so determined to get her to speak in the first place. No matter what, I'm going to protect her. I'm sorry. No matter what, I'm going to protect her. Oh, really? Who? As I'm sure all of you want to protect your own loved ones. To do that, we have to live. We have to persevere, and we have to make it through this alive and successfully. God. She finishes up her words with a series of typical terms of prayer and rhetoric, and the crowd erupts into a cheer as soon as she's finished. I look up at her with a grin resulting from secondhand pride. Shortly after she finishes her turn at the podium, the guild members present unanimously decide that the king must be retaliated against somehow, although there remains some degree of dissent regarding the details. The focus switches from motivational speeches and arguments about what to do about the king to a discussion of tactics, a discussion of how exactly to scare him into changing his mind. Oh, he's gone. Near me, I see Lyle stiffen and cup their forehead with their palm in frustration. I reach out to reassure them, but they don't seem to see me as they back away to the corner of the dorm closest to the doors outside. As the day goes on, the guild meeting continues, as emotionally charged as it is haphazard and marked by our inexperience. Each and every one of us are as confused and amateurish as the next, but also as determined and hopeful. I yawn and sigh as the meeting finally draws to a close. Our plans for a revolt outlined with surprisingly solid planning and organization, no longer a bare bones combination of scattered, fruitless ideas. I stretch my back, stiff from the hours of awkwardly standing, then sitting around in an overly crowded hall with too many excitable people. Ever turns towards me with twinkling eyes. Are you up for a round of drinks? Ooh, goddamn, you gonna get me drunk and then you're gonna fuck me? Right now? Aren't you tired? Of course I am, but there's nothing better for winding down than a lot of alcohol in your system.
Alia, your friend knows what's up.
I shake my head in disbelief before giving Teddy a playful nudge to the side. Flatter her all you want, but I'm not going to let her sneak you a drink. Teddy feigns a dramatic gasp.
What? Her? Me? Whatever could you mean? I can't believe you'd expect her to do such a thing, and I can't believe you expect I'll simply accept such a generous but totally unacceptable but also really, really sweet offer.
Shush you, Teddy. Yeah, shush you, Teddy. Shush you. We don't want you here. You fucking bear. You fucking talking bear. What the fuck you doing here? Fuck. The answer to that question of yours, though, is a yes. Of course I'm up for a round of drinks. Ever's laughter reminds me of tinkling bells. What does that sound like? What does that sound like in a human? What? Why didn't you say that from the beginning? She bends her elbow and reaches towards me. Come on, link arms with me. Let's go.
Me too.
Teddy whoops as Ever bends her other arm too and lets Teddy cling onto her like a monkey to a tree. Or a bear to a human, or Aryan. A human. The question from earlier regarding Ever's loved one continues to nag at me like an unwanted parasite, however, and I decide it'll be the first thing I ask her as soon as we arrive at the tavern. Plot twist, it's not me. Whoo! But no, it's gonna be Alia. Of course it's gonna be Alia. She's the only other girl we see in the game. Of course there's Echidna, but fuck, we don't see what she looks like. That means she's not important. Ooh. As for now... Hey, Evra. Wait. What's the matter? You mentioned that you loved someone. Have you told them? Are they from here? Fucking knew it. Fucking alien. Jesus Christ. At my words, Evra freezes almost instantly. When she finally replies, her words are deliberately evasive. Alia, don't. Don't make things harder for me than it is. What do you mean? You can't expect me to confess my feelings and have a happily ever after like someone who belongs here. I have to leave soon, although it's not clear. Fuck. The C's and the L's are so close to each other, I hate it! It's not clear when yet, and both of us know it. I have to leave. It's only right. Her words strike true, and they strike my chest like daggers. Ooh. That doesn't necessarily mean anything. What the fuck? That doesn't necessarily mean anything. Jesus Christ. Fucking spell. Her voice cracks as she replies. Don't act naive. You know what it means as well as I do. It doesn't feel right to admit I love someone when I'll have to leave them a few weeks later at the latest. I hesitate, wondering what I'd do in her shoes. The answer isn't flattering. I'd probably do the same as her, or I'd probably fare even worse, refusing to acknowledge the truth even to myself. And as soon as I admit that to myself, that's when I realize why I've been so caught up on the identity of Evra's loved one, why I care even more than I normally would about her love life. and ensuring that she ends up happy. I've grown feelings for her, haven't I? I love her. Oh, really? Oh, really? I would never have expected that. What a twist of events. What a plot twist. Who Alia falls in love with Evra? Who could see who saw that coming? I sure didn't. Fuck. Oh god. I love her, and even if she doesn't feel the same toward me, even if I can't be with her, I want her to at least try to make things work out between her and whomever she loves. Bitch, that is you! Evra, I think you should still confess. Throw caution to the wind for once, okay? Evra furrows her brows. Wait, what? What are you talking about? I know you have to leave soon. I know we have so few choices regarding our future that the word choice is practically not in either of our dictionaries. I know we know nothing about our futures, and I know we have no guarantees about anything. Even so, I think you should at least try. Confess your feelings and at least try to see things through a little further. We never know, right? I think it's better to be optimistic and reach for as much as possible than to assume the worst of our futures and leave without ever having reached our innermost wants just because of petty fears. Evra hesitates before shrugging and tilting her head. Maybe you're right. I don't know. I'll think about it. For now, let's hurry to the tavern, shall we? Yeah, of course. They're so cute. I just want to bundle them up in a little bundle of cuteness. Lifting up my arm, I playfully block Evra from reaching for her drink. Nice music, though. Dang. With that said, if you guys enjoyed this episode of AIRIS, leave a like down below, leave a comment down below, share with your friends, subscribe if you haven't, ring that notification bell, and remember, die safely. Bye-bye!